Just take a look at these amazing images that are appearing on your screen right now. You'll never guess what text was utilized as prompts to generate these highly detailed AI art that you can use for your print-on-demand business, your social media posts, or for any other use your creative mind can think of. Ready to find out how I generated these images? Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great. So for those of you who've been following my channel as of late, know that I've really been focusing a lot of attention with respect to these AI image generating tools like Midjourney, Blue Willow, even Canva for that matter too as well. And the imagery that I have been generating personally for myself and indeed even for my channel have been absolutely amazing. And it's just mind-boggling what you can do with these tools. And as I was sitting in front of my computer working on these, these particular platforms, trying to come up with some new and interesting prompts that I could share with you, I thought to myself, you know what? I wonder, what if we had to take stanzas from different song lyrics and input them into an AI image generator like Blue Willow and see basically what we would get back in return for obviously copying and pasting those lyrics into it. And I thought to myself, what a really interesting, innovative concept that, we can put into practice to really come up with some amazing designs, if any amazing designs could actually be, in fact, forthcoming from these AI image generators like Blue Willow. So I went into Blue Willow and I actually started thinking about, various songs that I grew up with, songs that I, sang and loved, songs that I listen to today too as well. And I went in and basically picked and chose certain aspects from the song lyrics and input them into Blue Willow. And I've got to tell you, the results that I received, very similar to what I've shown you at the beginning of this particular episode, have been mind-boggling. So today I'm going to share that journey with you. I hope that you're excited to see this. I hope that this is something that you will like. If it is, then do me a favor, smash that like button in appreciation before we get started. And let's head over to my computer so that I can show you what I came up with. Let's go. Okay, so welcome to my computer screen. And as you can see here, we are currently in Blue Willow. I'm in my own private little chat room with the bot too as well. And basically the first song that I thought of, when I actually sat down in there, as a little bit of a short story. Many moons ago, one of my first jobs was actually working in a movie theater, and one of the films that was really popular at that time was obviously Kevin Costner's Robin Hood. I don't know if it was the best movie ever made or whatnot. Obviously, I'll leave that up to you to decide. But clearly, one of the most popular songs that was associated with that movie was a Bryan Adams song, Everything I Do. And I thought to myself, okay, well, what if I had to key in, that first phrase? It's true, everything I do it for you. It wasn't first phrase, but it was one of the phrases within the song. And as you can see here, Blue Willow came back with 4 really amazing images over here. I don't know so much about this one over here, but if you look at this one, we've got a guy on horseback, although there isn't much in terms of the way of a head, but the landscape that this horse is actually walking on is very, very prehistoric, very alien too as well. As was the case with this one, we've got a very prehistoric, mountainous landscape here too as well, which I thought to myself, wow, if this is what we were getting with the first phrase, the first experimentation that we're doing, we're in for a real treat here, And so I thought to myself, yep, this is definitely an image that I want to keep. So obviously I went in and I upscaled number 4. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, let's keep on the same theme of Bryan Adams here. And one of his other popular songs, obviously, many of you will know, was The Summer of '69. So obviously I took a few lyrics from that, and when I look back now, the summer seemed to last forever, etc., etc. And this is what Blue Willow came back with too as well. So obviously we have like a summer theme, something nostalgic, something, a memory that was really pleasing, something that, would really bring a lot of warmth and happiness into a person who's perhaps going to be thinking about this. Maybe perhaps not entirely what, the song was all about, but from the perspective of Blue Willow, the fact that it came back with these 4 amazing images with waterfalls and mountains and streams and trees and whatnot, very, very pleasant, very, very relaxing. I could easily see any and all 4 of these particular images on a poster, maybe on the cover of a journal, on a mug, even on a clock, with Redbubble and whatnot, selling clocks and whatnot. So basically the sky's the limit with respect to what I could use these images for. And it was just simply a question of copying a few of the lyrics from the song onto Blue Willow, and this is what we got. Okay, so let's just continue going down. Now, I have to admit, not every song that I use was a success. There were a lot of misses, just as much as there were hits. Obviously, it's highly dependent on how the AI interprets the lyrics that you use, too, as well. So, for example, we have "Oh, and when you held my hand, I knew it was now or never," again from Summer of '69. We got these 4 images. I mean, this one was not entirely bad. Again, we've got this very, very alien or prehistoric landscape, which has a lot of potential too as well. This one looks like the back of some guy's head who's about to shoot a gun for and I'm not sure that would really be a really great image to put on, on a print-on-demand t-shirt or whatnot. This is obviously, a picture of a very beautiful woman adorned with a very intricate necklace or whatnot. And then this is obviously looks to be like, the head cut off of a mammoth. Again, it all depends on how the AI bot interprets them. So obviously, out of these 4, number 3 is probably the one that I would keep. In fact, I actually upscaled it to obviously keep. Then I actually went into Find Light in the Beautiful Sea. I chose to be happy, you and I. Yes, this was the song from Rihanna. For those of you who watched the Super Bowl over this weekend, you know that Rihanna was obviously in the halftime show, and this was obviously one of the songs that she sang, so it really stuck into my head, and actually I extrapolated these sentences, these lyrics, and put it in. Again, not that it didn't generate any nice images. They're more realistic sunsets. We got a lot of stars in the sky in this one here. I'm thinking more maybe for YouTube thumbnails or maybe for some motivational posters. You could put some nice text on it, even for social media posts. So not entirely a dud in this respect. Again, I don't know if it's something that I would put on a t-shirt, but again, maybe perhaps on a mug, on a journal cover, even for a poster too, again, with some motivational or inspirational text too as well. Could make for a nice backdrop too as well. So, I mean, that was from Rihanna's Diamonds in the Sky. Moving down, then I jumped back onto, more classic rock, classic tunes when I went back to Elton John, and I thought to myself, Candle in the Wind, I wonder what kind of images we would generate here. And I took the first few sentences in the song, and as you can imagine, if you know the song, Goodbye Norma Jean was the name of Marilyn Monroe. We got these images of Marilyn Monroe. This one wasn't that bad. It sort of looked a little bit like a quasi-pop art. Either that or maybe she ate some of those blueberry gums from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that wasn't perfected and she was turning into a blueberry. I don't know. But again, they weren't that bad, but for me, this was more of a miss than a hit. Scrolling down, I continued on the song. I thought maybe let me borrow some more lyrics from the song, and I did Loneliness Was Tough, the toughest role you ever played, Hollywood created a superstar, and pain was the price you paid. And these were the images that came up. This one looks more like a Hollywood movie set. So maybe perhaps that's what the AI bot was thinking about. We got some warriors over here. We've got this gentleman over here. I'm thinking maybe it's more of an army formal attire. Again, I don't know where it was coming from. But again, out of the 4, for me personally, I would choose number 4 to keep. I don't know if you agree with that. Comment in the comment section down below if you would have kept one of the other 3, and maybe perhaps what you would have utilized it for if obviously this image was actually generated for you. Okay. In fact, you know what? The best comment that I get for this one, if I get any, I'm actually going to upscale the image, and I'll be in touch with the one who I randomly select, and I will actually send that image to you too as well. So if you want to get your hands on that image, if you feel that it's something that you could actually make use of, drop me a line. Comment down in the comment section down below, and let me know how you would utilize it. And obviously, if you are the only one, or if there are others, I'll randomly select one and I'll send the image to you. Okay, and then obviously, still sticking to the song, I'm a sucker for punishment, and it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And this time I think the AI bot gave me some better images. Obviously, rain was the main focus for these images, but again, they're really, really nice to look at. You've got the stormy weather with rain and rain clouds in the distance. You've got this forest, again, could be a prehistoric forest. It could be an Amazon forest with rain coming down. We could even say that maybe this is, an alien landscape too as well. So there's a lot of potential from these 4 images too as well. So I think that was more of a hit than a miss. Then I said, I guess I thought you'd be here forever. For those of you who are classic Chicago fans, this is the song from Hard Habit to Break. One of my personal favorites too as well. So I took the first few lines and I inputted it in. And this is the imagery that Blue Willow came back to me. I mean, spectacular. Really, really fantastic. Number 1 and number 2, I think you will agree, are probably the best of the 4. Although this 4, if I wanted to, I could upscale it and maybe zoom in to get rid of this bottom portion that doesn't really seem to have anything to do with it. But when you look at number 2 over here, even the color tones, the dramatic sky in the background, we've got some alien temple, perhaps maybe this could be really great for a gaming thumbnail for YouTube, or just to utilize for social media, and hey, even on a print-on-demand product too as well. Maybe boosting up the saturation a little bit, just a little bit more, and putting it on a mug or on a poster or even on a clock, or any of the other products that are out there, I think would really, really stand out nicely. So this definitely was a hit in my book. So thank you, Chicago, for creating these lyrics. I have no doubt that you didn't create those lyrics specifically for this when you were creating it, but I utilized it and it worked. And I'm really, really grateful to have been able to utilize these lyrics accordingly. All right. I'll let you guys decide which song this came from. Just by looking at the image here. Okay, the Eagles, Welcome to Hotel California. This one was upscaled. It gave me 4 really decent images. I think this was the best one here. Obviously, there's no text on the building too as well, which is absolutely fine because we don't want anything referring to the song here. We just wanted to use the lyrics to generate images that we can use in other ways. Okay, but this is a beautiful facade of a hotel somewhere in an arid mountainous region. Lovely warmth. I mean, you could just easily utilize this for some kind of travel brochure or some kind of social media post pertaining to travel, to vacations, holidays. And this was just simply taken from the first 1, 2, 3 lyrics in Hotel California. Okay, here we upscaled the images. So obviously this is the one that I told you I really enjoyed having from Hard Habit to Break. Okay, again, it's really, really nice. So I upscaled the other images and I continued. This one I found a love for me, darling. Just dive right in. This was Ed Sheeran's Perfect. Obviously a classic Christmas song now, which absolutely I love. I know tons of people who love this song. I have no doubt that probably you watching have an affinity for that song too as well. But when I keyed in the first stanza into the bot, I really wasn't feeling any of these images. There's a lot of lovey-dovey imagery over here. I think out of the 4, this one here could perhaps maybe have some potential, although the eyes on the gentleman over here seem a little funky. They don't seem right on. This one, I don't know what it was thinking. It looks like a hodgepodge of people intertwined, hovering and flying over the water. This one, the image of the little girl here is nice, but I can't really figure out what was going on in the back over here. It looks like a hodgepodge. It's obviously of a female person, but it just really doesn't make sense. So obviously, I didn't want to use that. And this one over here, perhaps maybe I could have maybe asked to come up with some variations, and maybe, the top portion, which was cut off, would come in on one of the variations. But again, to me, this was a miss. Okay, moving down. I guess I thought you'd be here forever. Another illusion I chose to create. Again, so this was the upscale, another upscale version from Hard Habit to Break. This was the other image. Again, this is, again, another alien type environment. We got these foreboding mountains in the background, strange bird life flying through the sky. Again, there's so much that could be created from this. Some kind of sci-fi novel, some kind of sci-fi short story. Again, could be easily printed on any kind of print-on-demand product too as well. So again, you can see it's really not that hard to do. Here's another one. Here comes a wave meant to wash me away. A tide that's taking me under, swallowing sand, left with nothing to say. My voice drowned out in the thunder. So this came out because my son absolutely loves hearing this song. This is from the movie version of Aladdin. The song is Speechless by Naomi. I forgot what her surname is right now, but obviously, given the fact that I copied the first few lines of the song, we got these really great images of waves crashing against the sand. I think for me personally, this one is the best out of all four, although all four have great potential. So that's definitely something that I will definitely be utilizing myself. In fact, I also upscaled number 3 too as well. Written in stone, every rule, every word, centuries old and unbending. Stay in your place, better seen and not heard. But now that story is ending. Okay, so this is another lyric from the song too as well. And we got these really great images of these stone-shaped buildings. I think number 1 out of all of them is the best one. Okay, so I mean, if you just think about it, these are really great. The night is young and so are we, and that's just one thing that'll kick it off more perfectly, and that's some good old country harmony. Those of you who might be home free fans, and if you're not, I would highly recommend that you find them on YouTube. They got some amazing songs. It is country, but they sing a whole plethora of different genres. This was a song, Country Harmony, and I took the lyrics, I embedded them into Blue Willow, and we got these beautiful cottage images at sunset. Some have dotted clouds in the sky. We've got the moon in the background here. Very cozy, very homey. Again, this could easily be utilized for something pertaining to travel. But again, as you saw, all it took was just a few sentences from a song inputted into the AI generator, and obviously these things came up. This one, I was born a long way off from Tennessee. This was from the same song, but again, this was a miss. It really focused on guitar and just really was out in left field. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. And then I went back to the Beatles and I thought, that song Revolution had a lot of powerful imagery in it at that time. So I copied the first sentence from that, and I got these very, very crude, very army, revolutionary type of imagery, which I suppose that's what the lyrics were obviously bent to do. So the AI bot thought, Blue Willow came back with these particular images too as well. Moving on, then I took another sentence from further down in the song, and it came back with these very, very alien, planetary images, landscapes, call it what you might. But they were really, really great. Very, very detailed. 1, 2, and 3 are easily usable. 4, not so much. But again, using Blue Willow is free. You're not going to lose anything just by keying this. And you could click on variations of it as many times as you want, and maybe something even better would come up. So I upscaled those. And obviously I continued on. I used a Jason Derulo song, Savage Love. I got these kinds of images too as well. So not really what I was looking for. And while I'm away, dust out the demons inside, I went back to Elton John, and I utilized the lyrics from I guess that's why they called it the blues. And again, I got these really great scenes, absolutely amazing. Okay, so now I thought to myself, I could keep going on and on, but I obviously don't want to bore you with a lot of images. They're spectacular, they're great to look at, but I think you get the idea of what it is that you can do. So I thought to myself, let me do a couple right here, right now with you before we round up and close up this this video. I certainly hope that you will actually delve into the lyrics of your favorite song artists and try this too as well. So let me just bring up, I went ahead and I chose a few songs here. We've got American Pie by Don McLean. We've got On the Dark Side by John Cafferty. We've got everybody's favorite, My Way by Frank Sinatra. And the last one is Freedom by Pitbull. And I chose this one because I wanted to see how Blue Willow would react to all of these, these syllables here. Boom, bada boom, bada 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 boom, and whatnot. So we're just going to take that. I'm going to copy that. We'll go into Blue Willow. So as you know, you have to type in forwards. /imagine, get the prompt, and then we're just going to paste it, and then we'll hit enter. While that's working, we'll go to the Frank Sinatra song, and let's try. I don't always want to use the first few sentences from a song. I want to try and use, you could use any and all of them if you want, but let's try this one. I had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it also amusing. So we're going to copy that, /imagine, paste that, and then we'll go to the dark side. Now this one, the first stanza of this is really, there's a lot of powerful imagery. So we'll take the first stanza from that. Okay, so copying, and we're going to paste that. And we got the other one starting to come in. So we'll just do that. We'll let that work, and then we'll do the last one here from American Pie. Let's try. Okay, let's do this one. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? Let's see if we get any kind of religioustic imagery here. Religious imagery, or religioustic. Imagine, and there we go. Okay, so while that's working, let's see what's coming. First of all, so the Pitbull lyrics came back with these images. Okay, this clearly is a miss. At least that's the way I'm seeing it. If you can see potential in any of these, drop me a line in the comment section down below. Let me know which one you would use and how you would use it. I don't know that I would personally invest a lot of time trying to utilize these images in anything pertaining to print on demand. So let's move on. Okay, this one from the Frank Sinatra song. Okay, so again, we've got some really interesting alien, jungle, mountain type of imagery here. We've got this image of a warrior girl, a warrior woman. So definitely I would use number 2, 3, and even 4. So that's actually really great. And then the dark side. Oh, this is really, really cool. Okay, so look at the imagery that we generated with just using the first stanza from that song on the dark side. I look at the facial features on this woman over here, even this one here. And then we've got this, let's call it an alien woman because she's got an extra arm over there. We could play it that way. Or we could go into Photoshop after downloading it and maybe get rid of this arm over here or do some modifications to it. This one is really amazing too. We've got this dark-haired woman with a black cape looking at the mountain at the top. There's a creek of light punching through the dark clouds. There's a really good story behind this image. And that's just generated from the first stanza of the song on Dark Side by John Cafferty. All right, and the last one, did you write the book of love? This came from American Pie. Okay, so we've got some really, so this is a really nice image here. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of warm feelings. We've got this lovely meadow. We've got some red flowers, perhaps poppies in the foreground. We've got a city off in the distance. Perhaps somebody's on a journey and needs to get to that city for some new salvation, some kind of hope or whatnot. So that's definitely a really good image to utilize. This one isn't that bad too as well. Maybe perhaps I would actually zoom into it a little bit more. Either make a sticker out of it or get rid of the border and try to see if I could get a square or rectangular crop out of it and utilize it if there's enough resolution in it. Or as I stated earlier, I could hit the variation button and see what Blue Willow would obviously generate. So as you can see there's a lot of potential simply by utilizing song lyrics from any of your favorite song artists. And if they're not any of your favorite song artists, you can still go into the catalogs of any artist in any genre, copy and paste lyrics into Blue Willow or into Midjourney or even into the Canva text-to-image generator if you want to use that, and see what kind of results you get back. You just never know. There might actually be a diamond hidden within those lyrics that you can utilize for your print-on-demand business. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed doing it. I actually was really surprised with some of the images that I was able to generate from these song lyrics. So if you really enjoyed it as much as I did, let me know in the comments section down below. You could actually even use poetry. Just before we close, you could just get some poems and copy the lyrics from poetry and see what kind of images that you generate. So if you really enjoyed this video, if it gave you a lot of value, if you got a lot of good ideas, if you really got the creative juices going in your head, do me a favor, smash that like button. And if you're new to this channel or haven't as yet subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification icon. Help me to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. I know that with your help, I can do that. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now. Hey, thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to do so. If you are interested in taking your print-on-demand business to the next level and learning how to generate more sales, please consider clicking on one of the 2 video thumbnails that have appeared on your screen now. I'll see you there. Thanks again.